Hi everyone, and welcome back to Art Class from Home. My name is Evan Furness and I'm the visual arts educator at the Confederation Centre Art Gallery. This week we're going to be taking a look at Gerald Ferguson's artwork, A Lady and a Flower with 8 Lobsters. Now, this artwork is created pretty much exclusively using a stencil, and this activity gives you a step-by-step instruction on how to make a stencil for yourself. Now, stencils are a great way to introduce patterns into your drawings, or if you want to have a repeating shape across the page, they're a great way to do that. All you'll need for this activity are a pencil, paper, scissors, and tape, which is kind of optional. So check out the demo and try and make a stencil for yourself. Welcome back to Art Class from Home. In this demo, I'm going to be showing you how to make a stencil using very simple materials. We're just going to be using scissors, a pencil, 2 pieces of paper, and tape, which is actually optional, but it does make things easier, as you'll see later on in the video. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the second piece of paper and we're going to fold it in half. Now, it's good to use scrap paper for this, as it's going to be what we make our stencil out of, so it doesn't have to look neat or perfect or anything like that. It just has to work. Now, this piece of paper has a side that opens and a side that doesn't, which is this side. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to think of a shape that we want to make our stencil into. Say I wanted to draw a star. What we're going to do is we're going to, on the folded side, we're going to draw half of the star. Whatever you draw on this side of the paper, once you cut it out, it will show up on this side too, and it'll unfold into a full shape. So now that we have the shape drawn, our next step is to take our scissors and we're going to just cut out that shape. So you'll see what I mean when we open it up, how that shape gets doubled, and it turns into an actual star. So that is how you make a stencil. Now I'm going to actually show you how to transfer this shape onto this piece of paper. So I'm going to start kind of at the top, and this is where the tape comes in handy. We're going to use it to keep our stencil in place while we draw. And you want to make sure it's really flat on there. So you're going to want to press down really hard. Now that our stencil is in place, we're going to take our pencil and we are going to work from the outside of the stencil into the middle. I'm using the side of my pencil just so I can get some nice coverage, but you can also use the tip. And we're just going to go along the edges, working from the outside into the middle. And you're going to want to really press down on the sides here so that the paper doesn't lift up, as you can see it's doing to me right there. So now we have our star colored in, and I'm going to take the stencil off. And there we have this shape transferred onto this piece of paper. Now, that's the simplest way to do it, is just to color in the shape, but you can also do things like draw inside of the stencil. There we go. And that's actually a better example than the top one. As you'll see in the top, I kind of went over the edge underneath the stencil in some areas. So you can color it in as a solid shape, or you can do patterns within, whichever you choose. But the cool thing about these is you can reuse them over and over and over again. So now your job is to create a stencil and then create a drawing using that stencil. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next week with another activity.